What's good, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of William World's podcast, where I, your host, William, will be talking to you about a plethora of things, including politics, sports, religion, race, sex, literally everything, man. There's no filters, no holding back, no shying away from any topic. Please like, subscribe, and share. And other than that, y'all, let's get into it. Welcome to the William World podcast. This is the very first episode, episode number 1. I am your host, William. I will be talking to you about things such as politics, sports, religion, LGBTQA, life, sex, everything. There's nothing that's off limits here at the William World podcast. Been thinking about doing this podcast for about 4 or 5 months now. It took a while for me to, I guess, build up the courage to actually put this into fruition and actually do the necessary things that, you need to do if you're going to hop into this field of podcasting. Episodes won't be super long. I noticed that a lot of podcasts, they have hour-long, 2-hour-long shows. But for me, I don't really want to take more than 20 to 25 minutes of your time. I understand people will be watching these at work or listening to them at the gym or whatever the case may be. And honestly, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I honestly just want to give you my perspective on things, talk to you about things that's going on, and most importantly, inform you about things that are going on in the world that you may or may not pay attention to. I understand when it comes to things such as politics, a lot of us don't like to pay attention or acknowledge what's going on unless it's something that's happening at our doorstep. And even then, some people still choose to ignore what's going on in the world, which is okay to a degree. It is what it is. To each his own. Do what you want. It's your life, right? But I strongly feel like you should pay attention, especially now. It's an election year here in the United States of America, and I think you should really pay attention to what's going on. And also, I encourage you. I know it's cliche, but I do encourage you to get out and vote. Exercise your right, whether you're voting Democrat or Republican, Green Tea Party, whatever you're voting, it does not matter. Please exercise your right to vote. For this episode 1, I will be talking to you about politics. I will be giving you some information about politics, something that's going on in the political world. I will be giving you some updates on some sports. And for the last segment, which is my favorite, it will be labeled WWWD, which stands for What Would William Do? Essentially, it is what it is, like it said. I will be giving you my opinion on what I would do in given situation where I literally, it's going to be a random video or question that I may have found on social media, or maybe someone at work might have mentioned it to me. And I'm going to let you know how I would handle the situation or what my answer is. Please feel free. Tag me in things you come across. If it's something you want to hear my opinion on, tag me in it. I'll talk about it no matter what it is. I'm not shying away from anything. I really have no filters when it comes to voicing my opinion. So, to start this episode off, we're going to get into some politics. Right now, in the political world, something that is kind of wild that's going on is there's an Iranian hacker organization that has decided to target some of our primary political parties, and they're trying to access WhatsApp accounts of some of the people that are working in these administrations. The Iranian hackers group is labeled, or their name is apparently ATP 24. Again, that is ATP 24. I don't understand what the ATP part stands for. When I find out what it is, I'll definitely bring that information to you guys so you guys can understand even more. But essentially what they've been doing is, like I said, targeting WhatsApp accounts of Biden and Trump administration associates, according to Meta. This is all according to Meta, which is a tech company, as most of you know. This all originated in Iran and has attempted to target people in Israel, Palestine, Iran, the United States, and the United Kingdom. The hackers' targets were primarily political and diplomatic officials and other public figures, including both Trump and Biden administration. This new report, which was apparently brought to Meta, um, it brought to us by Meta, adds to the ongoing list of attempts by Iranian-backed hackers to influence the 2024 presidential election. Last week, Google said an alleged Iranian hacking operation aimed at U.S. presidential campaigns is and has been ongoing and wide-ranging after they announced unsuccessful attempts by hackers to log into the email accounts of people associated within Biden, Trump, and Vice President Harris administration and campaigns. Honestly, I feel like this is something that a lot of us should definitely be paying attention to or trying to keep a close eye on. Meta mentioned in its investigation, um, linked the efforts to a group called APT24, like I told you, which is known for using phishing tactics to steal credentials to people's online accounts. Meta's security team has blocked a large amount of accounts posing as support agents for various tech companies and activity Meta linked to the Iranian hacking group APT24. Lastly, Meta reached out to Google and they said there's been no evidence of the targeted WhatsApp accounts being compromised, but out of an abundance of caution, we're sharing out findings publicly in addition to sharing information with law enforcement and our industry peers. That is said by Meta. And yeah, like I said, man, I feel like a lot of us should definitely be paying attention to what's going on in the world of politics, especially given the fact that this is a political campaigning year. This is a presidential election year, and I feel like, our best bet is to all be aware, especially if you live here in the United States, or even if you have family over here in the United States and you don't live here. You could be literally anywhere in the world, but if you have family here in the United States and you know your family isn't really paying attention to what's going on, maybe you should, so that you can inform them, because some people just don't like to read, so they shy away from actually getting involved in reading about politics. And I understand sometimes, and for the most part, I guess nothing's really fun about politics, unless maybe if you have a bunch of power, maybe things are fun, but nothing's really like fun for the most part. This stuff is, I'd say, more so part of the world of entertainment. It's entertaining, right? But that's just one thing that's going on in politics. I'm not gonna dive too deep into the world of politics yet. I understand this is episode 1, and I just want to kind of give you guys just a feel of things that I'll be discussing. But yeah, that APT group, APT24, the Iranian hacking group, they are definitely trying to hack into some WhatsApp accounts and into some emails to get some information. Please, if you can, pay attention to that. Um, if you want to check out the article that I had the chance of reading, I will leave a link in the description below. Please feel free to click the link, check it out, look into it. Next segment, we are going to talk about sports now. So let's get into the world of sports. As of recent, college football has officially kicked off. Today, we had Florida State versus Georgia Tech. There was an upset already. Game 1 of the 2024-25 college football season. There's already been an upset. Georgia Tech went down 24-21. Or Georgia Tech won. My apologies. Georgia Tech won 24-21, beating Florida State, who came in as the number 10 team in the country. It was a game-winning field goal by Aiden Beer. It was a 44-yard field goal to upset the number 10 team in the country. This is huge for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who came in unranked. This is awesome for them. The game was held in Dublin, so obviously it was not in the United States, but game was pretty interesting. I know head coach Brett Key is or Brent Key. I'm sorry. Head coach Brent Key has to be excited for his Yellow Jackets this season moving forward. This could truly be an amazing season for the Yellow Jackets and their entire fan base. Shouts out to that field goal kicker Aiden Burr. I understand, you hit that game-winning field goal and you go back to campus. You're the man on campus, especially for that week and up until the next game. I hope he gets to get back to school and have some actual fun. Currently, Montana State is at New Mexico. New Mexico is currently ahead of Montana State. The score is 17-7 as of right now. Looks like it's going to be a good game. It might come down to the wire if Montana State can, get pretty close and even in that score. Coming up tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have SMU versus Nevada. SMU has recently joined the ACC this year and is looking to make some serious noise and set the tone for this season. As you know, they've had success previously, but joining a new conference, new teams, bigger conference, it's definitely gonna be a challenge for them. But I feel like after going 10-2 last season, I feel like they can make some noise this year. Also tonight, a super late game if you're up and okay with watching at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Hawaii versus Delaware State. That is a home game for Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors are favored to win this game by 27 points. And honestly, we'll see what happens. Hawaii is usually they're pretty decent. But this game, I'm expecting them to win this game with ease. As far as winning by 27, being a 27-point favorite, we'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure if they're capable of blowing a team out like that, but Delaware State, obviously, they've got some growing to do and whatnot. But we'll see how that game pans out. Hopefully, Hawaii can live up to the hype and win game one. That'd be really awesome for them. In some Major League Baseball news, Otani has entered the 40-40 club as of last night, which is 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases in a season, proving yet again he's honestly worth every penny of that new contract that he received. He is the fastest player in Major League history to have reached such a feat. He did it in 126 games. One season, 126 games, 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. No one has ever done it faster. That is an amazing accomplishment. And no, you don't expect someone to do something like that, even though they are that good. But for him to do something like that, man, that is awesome. That is crazy. It literally goes to show, like I said, he is worth every penny of that contract. Previous record holder was Alfonso Sariano. He had reached the 40-40 club in 147 games. But like I said, Otani did it in 126. He is now the new record holder for the fastest person to reach the 40-40 club. 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases in one season. NFL news. Man, NFL, you know how this goes. We all love some football, that's for sure. I don't care what you're a fan of. We definitely love football, and football season, like I like to tell my friends, is the most exciting time of the year. No matter if it's college football or NFL football, it doesn't really matter. It's still exciting football, very fun football. The preseason, NFL preseason is coming to an end. This is the last weekend of the NFL preseason. The Chicago Bears finished the preseason with a best record of 4-0. Jacksonville Jaguars were right behind them at 3-0, and so was the Minnesota Vikings to round out your top three preseason teams. Your worst, your worst, your three worst preseason football teams were the Cincinnati Bengals, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I understand that preseason football, the games don't count, statistically they don't count. But for guys who are out there trying to earn a contract, these preseason games mean literally everything. You're trying to accomplish something that is way bigger than you, right? You are trying to become $1 million athlete, gain that generational wealth, and take care of your family. So they don't have to play football or go through anything physically harming if they don't want to. These guys work their tails off to be some of the top athletes in the world. You know, if not the top athlete in the world. As we all know, football is a tough sport. We do understand that they have made ways in the NFL to make the game safer, so that people aren't getting hurt as much and can have long careers and be able to play. Because in the NFL, it's a saying that goes, "Your best ability is your availability," and that is true 100% because football is a real dog eat dog sport where, yeah, you don't want to see your teammate get hurt, but him getting hurt might be your chance and your opportunity to step up and earn your contract, earn you some money, earn you the right to be able to take care of your family and do the things that you have always dreamed of doing when it comes to having financial stability and being able to take care of all the things that you want to do. Regular season, NFL regular season kicks off Thursday, September 5th, where your Baltimore Ravens head over to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs for a Thursday night football showdown. Kansas City is predicted to win by 3. Granted, yes, they were one of the worst 3 teams in the preseason, but please don't get it twisted. The Kansas City Chiefs are definitely trying to three-peat more than anything. They are definitely trying to three-peat. It's something that's never happened in the NFL, I believe. Being the first team to three-peat in the National Football League has to feel amazing if it's accomplished, right? Doing something no one has ever done, and also adding to that GOAT status for Patrick Mahomes himself. He's a 3-time NFL Super Bowl winning champ. They just won back-to-back Super Bowls. He's guaranteed already to go to the Hall of Fame. He's not even 30 years old yet. Excuse me. So please don't take that preseason record and think, yeah, well, they were 0-3 in the preseason. They're probably going to be pretty bad in the regular season. No, heck no. I'm not doubting Patrick Mahomes at all because I understand he is a guy who is truly skilled at what he does, and he simply just needs to get to the playoffs. Him in the playoffs is scary. You have to game plan for him. This man is potentially the second greatest quarterback to ever play. In some people's eyes, he's the greatest quarterback to ever play. Although Tom Brady has won 7 rings, I feel like some people don't understand the value of Super Bowl. Some people don't understand the value of winning a Super Bowl. It is hard to become the top dog. It is hard to finish as the last team standing. And something about NFL football that I feel like a lot of people don't realize is you don't always necessarily start where you finished, right? So you might have ended the previous season in the Super Bowl, but you might get put out in the first round of the next season. So please understand, making it to the Super Bowl is never guaranteed for anyone. It is extremely tough. That's why I always say Tom Brady is the greatest football player to ever play the game, because it's so hard to reach. How many did he reach? 9 Super Bowls, 10 Super Bowls. He lost a few, but won 7. That is hard, man. That is extreme. There are a lot of guys who never make it to the Super Bowl, let alone win one. And they say there is no worse feeling in NFL football than losing the Super Bowl. Apparently it hurts. It hurts by far the most. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this season goes for Kansas City. I got my Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl above all. I don't care who we have to face. I believe my Detroit Lions have no reason to not start the season off pretty well, and also in the season on a high note. It will be our first Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era. We haven't won a NFL championship, I believe, since the 50s or early 60s. But I truly believe my Detroit Lions will definitely make some serious noise this year. But like I said, Thursday night football, September 5th, kicks off the NFL season. Baltimore Ravens at Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is predicted to win by 3. So for this last segment, it is what would William do? This is a segment where essentially, like I said, it involves me choosing something that's going on in the world or something that has happened, something crazy that might have happened um, over in down in Florida. There was a situation where and I'm going to show you guys the clip. I'm going to show you guys the video. Down in Florida, there was a situation where a guy decided to get out of his car. It was a road rage incident between two people. A guy decided to get out of his car with his gun out and approach another car, not knowing that approach the car behind him, not knowing that the people behind him also had a gun as well, because Lord knows they did not stop making guns when you got yours. Here's the video. Take a quick look. Okay, that is the video right there. You guys saw it. Now, here's where I tell you what I would do. This is what William would do. You see how the guy in the white truck, you see how he had his gun out as the guy was approaching his car with a gun? I would have defended myself and the people in the car with me, and I would have killed that man. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to just walk up to my car with my family in the car, even if I was by myself and I have my gun. Um, it's just, I don't know. I feel like some of this is common sense. You're not going to just walk up and approach myself and my family and think we're just going to go out sweet like that. Like, no, because I don't know what you're capable of. You already got out the car with your gun out. Your gun is drawn. Okay, I'm blowing your head off. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and give you the chance to shoot me and everybody that's in the car with me. That's just ridiculous. And I have a gun with me. I mean, I understand there are people who die with their gun on their hip, but in this case, my man's had his gun in his hand. Okay, the guy who was being approached by the guy with the gun. If I'm the people in that white car, I'm taking that guy out 100 times over. Yeah. Um, that's that's pretty much it. That pretty much sums it up. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But that is the segment of what William would do. And that wraps it up for episode 1. This episode is brought to you by Grafixi. That is who created my intro for me and created my logo for me. If you ever need any assistance in creating your logo or creating your intro or outro or creating a promotional video for yourself or whatever the case may be, please reach out to Grafixi, as that team over there definitely knows what they're doing. They definitely make really good really good edits, really good videos. Definitely, as you see my intro, it's money. Nothing free, of course, but tell them William sent you. Shouts out to Grafixi, like I said. And also, other than that, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 1 of the William Worlds podcast. I plan on getting better at this. I plan on becoming really good at this. I plan on, getting on a roll with this and giving you guys a new video every weekend talking about the things that I like to talk about. Stay tuned. I do have a new channel coming out where it's William Reacts, where I just react to certain videos that I see of crazy things happening. And also my travel vlog channel as well. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to speaking with you all next week. Have a great, blessed weekend, and like I said, see you all guys. See you all next week. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you all for tuning in to the first episode. That's a wrap right there. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that, man. We definitely can have some conversations. I'm not shying away from nothing, like I said. But thank you all for tuning in to the first episode. That's a wrap. I'll let you boy.